Hello guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with my Nekroz deck profile. Pretty much, I've been collecting the Duelist Alliance format decks, and this is one that came out later on. Obviously, a lot of people should know this being the best ritual deck of all time, Nekroz, and I thought I've been messing around with this on and off, and I actually do own the deck in real life because I kind of want to own all of the Duelist Alliance format decks. I want to own Tellarknights, which I've already got. I want to own Shadows, which I've got now. I want to own the Nekroz, which I've got. I need to get Burning Abyss, Clear Fort, all of those, just so I can have like the plethora. I also have like Ritual Beasts as well because that universe's lore and everything is just dual terminal lore is just amazing, and honestly that was the best arc from in my opinion, where we had like the Nekroz and everything. So I've kind of wanted to show off the deck profile that I've kind of made up. It's something that I really like, it's something that I enjoy to play, and it's mainly catered to go first, but it can go second as well because of like the variety of different Nekroz cards can kind of beat the extra deck and can also keep you alive at the same time. But enough of me rambling, because I want to show you guys this deck profile to kind of give you an idea of the way I think Nekroz should look. So yeah, let's get into it. So starting off, we play 3 Nekroz of Valkyrus. He's your hand trap that says, oh, you're going to attack me, well, I'm going to just end the battle phase. He's honestly... You need to play 3 of him. You need that ability to like stay alive, and he's very important because of that. So you discard him, and then you end the battle phase. He also has an extra effect that you rarely use because of the incantations don't really get tributed by its effect. But his initial effect is you can tribute up to 2 monsters and draw the amount of cards you tributed. So he's very important. You need to be playing 3 of him. We also do play 2 Nekroz of Trishula, because Trishula, it's a good card, don't get me wrong, but its hand trap effect is kind of weak, being that all it really does is stop a targeting effect, so you can stop impermanence on a Nekroz card, which can come up, but it doesn't really do anything else, much else of that. What you really use him for is that when he's summoned, he can banish 1 card from the hand, graveyard, and field, but the only issue with that is that, unlike normal Trish, there has to be a card in the hand, the field, and the graveyard. If there's not one in one of those areas, then you can't use effect. So you want to be playing 2 of him because he is for that resource to just get rid of cards for free. But he can also have that downside where if your opponent doesn't have a card in hand, then or in the graveyard or on the board, then his effect is just useless. So you play 2 of him because of that, and he's just very good to like outboards as well, just being able to just target stuff, but not target stuff, just banish stuff for free. Like, honestly, you need to be playing him. I wouldn't play less than 2, but I also wouldn't play more than 2 because I feel like 2 is the right number. For consistency, we play 3 Brionac. Brionac being literally one of the best Nekroz in the deck, being that even when he was first released, he was majorly short printed, and that's because you discard him to search any Nekroz monster in the game, so you can just literally add Valk, Trish, Brionac, Clausulus, Shrit, any of those to your hand just by discarding this. And he also has another effect that's really nice that says you can target 2 face-up monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck and just shuffle them back into the extra deck. You just get rid of them. Like, literally, it's very good being able to just remove 2 monsters on the board at times, and he can help with that. So yeah, we also do play 2 Nekroz of Clausulus. He is basically the same as Brionac, but instead of searching ritual monsters, he searches ritual spells. You need to be playing 2 of him because literally, if you can't search your ritual spells, you're not going to be able to win the game. Like, this is important. You should never play less than 2. I feel like 3 is too much, seeing as you're not playing as many ritual spells as you as ritual monsters. So I personally choose to play 2, and he also has another effect that's really nice, where you can just target an extra deck monster, and negate its effects, and also turn its attack to 0. So he's a nice little way to get over extra deck monsters while also being like an imperm effect, and being a ritual searcher. So you need to be playing him at 2 at least. I wouldn't play 3, and I wouldn't play 1, but 2 I feel like is just the best number. And the last card that I would play up multiples if it was up 3, Nekroz of Unicorn. He is literally the best Nekroz monster in my personal opinion, just for the fact that he is a skill drain. for all extra deck monsters. So if your opponent attempts to play an extra deck card, its effects instantly negated and can't be used at all. It's skill drain for all extra deck monsters. Plus, it also has the additional effects that if you were to use it, because you're never going to use it, you want to summon him, you can discard him to add any Nekroz card from your graveyard to your hand. That's why you would want to play him at multiples, because he's a skill drain for extra deck, and he's also a recyclability from the graveyard. But you have to play this card at max number in Nekroz, no matter what number it's at. Like, literally, if this was up 3, there'll be 3 of these here right now, because this card is just... He's literally the best Nekroz, in my personal opinion. Next, we also do play triple Shrit, or Strategies of the Nekroz. What's more to say, he's a full he can be used as a full ritual summon, so you can ritual summon any ritual Nekroz monster with him. So say you have a Valkyrus that's level 8, you can just use the Shrit to summon him. Or you have a Trishula, level 9, then you can just literally use the Shrit to fully tribute for him. You need to be playing that. Also, a nice little added bonus with him is if he's tributed by an effect, then you get to add any Nekroz warrior monster from your deck to your hand, which is really nice as well. Being able to add your Brio, Colossus, or your Nekroz or Trisha to your hand is very nice. Being able to just add those monsters to your hand can be very good to just give you more consistency in the deck. So he's a full tribute, which is really nice, especially seeing as the higher level Nekroz, you can't use one card to summon them, but with Shrit, that kind of bypasses it due to its effect, and it's really nice to just be able to do that. Okay, so yeah, we play 3 Nekroz of Shrit. That's kind of like all the Nekroz cards, though, like, well, monsters, because you don't really need to play any others. Like, you could play Gungnir and stuff, but I feel like you don't really need Gungnir, especially in this kind of format where we're more into a negate era. That doesn't really just destroy everything. So those are all the Nekroz monsters. I feel like this is a very good ratio to play with Nekroz monsters. It's very strong, in my opinion. You definitely need to be playing, like, multiples of quite a few of them. Like, you need to be playing the Valks, you need to be playing the Trishas, definitely 3 Brio, 2 Klaus, and 1 Unicorn. Like, honestly, I don't think I would change the ratio of Nekroz monsters in the deck, but hey, this is just my variation of the deck. But let's get into incantations. So we're playing 3 incantation Chalice Slime. We're playing 3 of him because he literally just says, oh, I can discard a card in my hand, supposed to summon an incantation from the deck, and then trigger incantation effect. So you want to use him, but if you don't ritual summon that turn, you do take 2,500 damage, so please be careful with that at all costs. But yeah, you mainly play this guy because he just says summon 3 incantation. We play 3 Talismandra because he's the one that searches any Nekroz, any ritual monster from the deck, so he can also summon himself by revealing a ritual monster. So he's summoned from the hand, he special summons an incantation if you reveal a ritual monster, and he can also search any ritual monster while special summoned by an incantation. We do also play 2 Pencil Plume, because he adds back ritual monsters from the graveyard, so he can recycle your ritual monsters with very much ease, and also reveals a ritual monster to summon himself in another incantation. 2 Candle, because he reveals a ritual spell to summon himself, but also adds ritual spells from the deck, so you want to be playing 2 of him. And 1 Bookstone, because he recycles ritual spells from the graveyard. And also reveals a ritual spell to summon himself. But that's all the monsters. Honestly, in any ritual-based deck, you want to be playing, like, the incantation engine, so that's why I'm choosing to play like such a heavy one, because it just guarantees that I'll always have a way to get to my Nekroz cards and ritual spells, ritual monsters a lot easier. So yeah, very strong. For other monsters though, we do play 1 Vanity's Ruler and 1 Cyber Angel Benten. This is basically what you're going to be doing 90% on turn 1. Where you go into like Nekroz Unicorn, send a Herald, and then you just search the Benten. Then you tribute the Benten and search out the Vanity's Ruler, and then just tribute 2 incantations to summon the Vanity's Ruler. So your opponent's unable to special summon at all, but you can still special summon. So you want to be playing this engine in any Nekroz deck, in my opinion, because it's really consistent. Seeing as literally all you need to do is have Benten or even open Vanity's Ruler, and you just literally lock your opponent out. So this is just really, really strong in my opinion. But for spells, we're playing ritual spells first. We're playing 2 Nekroz Mirror because It's the one that banishes monsters from the graveyard or uses monsters in the hand to ritual summon. It's honestly, you just want this one. You want to play at least 2 of each Nekroz Mirror, except for Kaleidoscope, because Mirror summons from hand and just uses from hand or banished, hand, field or banished. Cycle uses field or hand, but it summons from the graveyard. And Kaleidoscope, this is what you only need. Right, you only need to play 1 Kaleidoscope because you only play 1 Nekroz of Unicorn. The whole reason I'm playing Kaleidoscope is because of this card sends Herald from the extra deck to be able to summon Nekroz of Unicorn. That's the whole reason you play Kaleidoscope, and I feel like you only need to play 1 Kaleidoscope because of that. So, in my opinion, 2 to 1 is the best ratio, because if Kaleidoscope summons Unicorn to be able to gain me more resources, Cycle summons from the graveyard to recycle and also guarantee that I have monsters that are in the graveyard, and then Mirror just summons from hand as a basic ritual spell that also can use the graveyard. So that's kind of like the ratio on the Nekroz spells, in my opinion. I feel like that is the correct ratio in Nekroz spells, so I wouldn't really change this ratio at all. Also, we do play 1 other ritual spell, which is Incantation Inception. And the reason we play this is 1, it can summon any ritual monster, which is really good. And 2, you can send an incantation from your field or hand to the graveyard, return it to your hand, special summon an incantation from the deck, and just gain that incantation's effect. So, this card, insane ritual spell, allows you to just gain so much free advantage by just sending 1 random incantation you don't need to the graveyard. It's really strong, really strong. Other spells, we play triple Extravagance because the extra deck isn't really needed in this deck other than like maybe 1 or 2 cards. So, free Extravagance because of more consistency in the deck. Triple Preparation of Rites because this card says search Brionac, and also recycle ritual spells, which does come up at times where in the late game you want to add that ritual monster to your hand, recycle a ritual spell from your graveyard, and then just go off because of this card exists, and it just allows you to play Nekroz for free. And then finally we play 1 Reinforcements of the Army because, hey, Shrit and Klaus are level 4 or lower warrior monsters. So yeah, that's why we play that. But yeah, that's the main deck. Honestly, I don't think I would change the main deck. I like the ratios that I'm going with, and in testing, it's really nice. Like, I really do enjoy this deck at times because it's just like a really good fun thing. And I know I'm not playing any hand traps like Ash Blossoms or Imperms, but to be honest, with every Nekroz monster already having a hand trap based effect, such as like Trish being able to stop targeting, Valk being able to stop attacks, and then just having the Vanity's Ruler to prevent your opponent from playing the game anyway, I don't feel like you really need hand traps. They're not very essential for the deck. Like, you can play them, but it's just like, one, I wanted to keep up 40 cards, and I don't really feel like there's room for hand traps outside of that, seeing as you're already maining so many cards that do hand trap effects, deal with extra deck cards. Like, I feel like the deck is fine without a few hand traps. But for the extra deck, which isn't really that important, we're playing 2 Me Starboy because of it's a water monster. This is water monster based deck, so this card can literally just say, oh, now all my monsters are boosted by 500 and I can recycle from the graveyard, which is kind of nice. 1 Boral Load, 1 Boral Sword, because if you do ever make them potential OTK, the only real important extra deck monster in the deck, Herald of Arclight, you want to be playing 3 of this because if you want at least 1 in your extra deck for the Kaleidoscope. So you can send 1 to summon Unicorn, and then this will trigger in your graveyard to then search your deck for a ritual card. So this card literally just says, I'm going to search Bentem, then I'm going to use a Necrocycle, Reviver, Brionac, and then add Vanity's Ruler because, hey, I'm going to then stop you from being able to special summon. So this is very important as well, being that it just says search anything. You want to be playing 3 of this because you always want 1 in your extra deck. It really sucks if you banish 3 with Extravagance. And then just for miscellaneous extra deck cards, level 10 for Kaleidoscope, level 11 for Kaleidoscope, level 9 for Kaleidoscope, level 10 for Kaleidoscope, level 11 for Kaleidoscope, and level 12 for Kaleidoscope. And yeah, that's the deck. In all honesty, I feel like Nekroz are supposed to be played in a similar fashion to what I'm playing them. They're supposed to be a control deck, and in testing, if I go first, I win. If I go second, it's a bit of a hard-fought battle depending on what my opponent's kind of board is, because it can be somewhat hard to break it, but if I do manage to play through their board, making like Trishula, Brionac to kind of compose things, then ending on like a Vanity's Ruler, or even if I successfully summon out Nekroz of Unicorn from my hand, and then just negate their entire board, then I will 9 times out of 10 win that match. But guys, this has been my Nekroz deck profile. Tell me what you think of it in the comment section below. I honestly feel like this is a really fun deck. I do enjoy playing it constantly. Whenever I play it, it's really fun just to be able to summon like Trish, summon Unicorn, end on a board that says my opponent can't play the game. Like, honestly, I know that for the opponent it's really bad, but looking at your opponent unable to special summon, it's something fun. Because you've made something, and if you go second, you literally just try to break the board, which is kind of fun with this deck as well. But yeah, guys, that's the profile. Tell me what you think of it in the comment section below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think you would make any changes? Would you play like maybe Decisive Armor, Gungnir, maybe throw in like Ash Blossoms, Imperms? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check the descriptions in the link below. Check out the links in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Robot1 signing out. Later all.